Akash's lecture will be over from 7:25 till 7:50. 7:50, we need to be shown a red card. That is like, red card. And the remaining 10 minutes will be for question and answer and for voting. Hello, Chanda, the upcoming Toastmaster of the day. चंदा, आपकी दिल की आवाज यहाँ तक नहीं आ रही है.
How are you?
I'm doing great, Chanda. So nice that you joined it.
Thank you.
Great, great, wonderful. I suppose it's 8 o'clock.
Yes.
We can start.
2022 तक तो कहीं नहीं गए, देखना कुछ और है ना.
Let's start the show.
We can start the show, Abu.
Thank you so much. Great. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. It means a lot. First and foremost, we are very happy. We started this, and this is our 6th season, or a 6th episode, I would rather say. This is only possible because there are people who are committed towards learning. And as we are also invested towards learning, we wanted to take a step forward with a lot of, this time it's going to be a little different because today we'll not be reading the book, Start With Why. Today we'll be reading an author's book. And they say the best gift to an author is to read his or her book. So we have a very renowned author with us, and we are very proud that we have this author among us. His name is Akash Garg. Akash Garg, he is the author of one of the most popular books, that is Massive Action Taker. And today we are going to read his book. So we have Akash. Akash, he is a chartered accountant by professional, and he also helps people. So if you inspire towards becoming an upcoming author, he will go ahead and he'll help you with that as well. As we all know, the session that we have today is, I'll quickly go ahead and give you a rundown as to how we plan to execute the session. We'll start the session at 8:05. I'll hand it over to Akash. From 8:05 to 8:25, it is Akash's time. From 8:25 to 8:50, it will be our reading time. And from 8:50 to 9 o'clock, it will be our question answer. That's how we have planned the entire session. I'll quickly go ahead and check if there are any more guests that we have. Hello, Karthik. Karthik, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Welcome, Karthik.
Very good evening.
Good evening. Is this your first session?
Yeah, this is my first session.
Are you excited, Karthik?
I'm super excited.
Very good. That's amazing. That's amazing. Very nice. Great. Awesome. Awesome, Karthik. That's amazing. Great. Wonderful. Without further ado, now I would like to call the person himself, the author, no other than Akash Garg. Can we give a thunderous applause, and let's welcome PA author Akash Garg. All over to you, Akash Garg.
Thank you so much, Abu. Thank you so much for this warm welcome and a warm introduction. How are you? How is everyone today?
Amazing.
Good, good. Thumbs up. Yeah.
Great.
So, I would want to have this 15-20 minutes to be an interactive 15-20 minutes, right? I don't want me giving you all the gyan and you absorbing all the gyan. I want you to interact also with me. I want you to participate. If not by speaking, then by at least putting in your comments in the chat. Would that be fine for all of us? Amazing, amazing. So let's try that. Type a yes who agrees to this. Type a yes in the chat box if you agree to this. Let's do some warm up. Amazing. Rahul says yes. Paramjot, my friend, says yes. Mohammed says yes. Karthik says yes. Amazing, amazing. So guys, I am the author of the book, How to Become a Massive Action Taker. Okay? But before I tell you about the book, before we start reading the book, I want to talk something about reading. Now, you must have read, you must have heard about this thing, leaders are readers. You know, an average CEO in US reads 52 books in a year. Bill Gates, in fact, reads 2 books in a week. That's almost 100 books in a year. Warren Buffett reads approximately 4 to 5 hours in a day. Huh? You must have read and heard these statistics, but I'm not gonna bombard you with these statistics. Actually, these statistics are irrelevant for you because the average CEO is reading 52 books. Okay, that's his life. That's his or her life. It doesn't hit us, right? It hits us for a moment, but ultimately when life happens to us, it doesn't hit us. When we are in our own life, when we are in our own challenges, when we have our own goals, it doesn't strike a chord with us. We don't care what Bill Gates is doing. We don't care what Warren Buffett is doing. Sometimes we do, but most of the time we don't. We care about what we want to do. So I am going to share with you how reading has changed my life. Would you be fine with that? Can I have your permission if I share something about my life, how my life has changed? Thank you so much for showing the thumbs up. So basically, we are all around some people, right? We are, if we are working, we are around our colleagues, we are around our family, we are around our friends, we are around our neighbors, right? We are around our parents, we are around all the people whom, you know, we interact with, whom we talk to. And I was also around a lot of people, and I was a very different guy. If you would have met me 5 years back, I was a very different Akash. And from that Akash to this Akash who is sitting here talking confidently to a lot of people, it has been a long journey. You know, there's a very famous joke in the author community that when you'll meet the actual author, you'll lose the trust in the book. Because, you know, when they're writing the thing, they're like superstars, but when you actually meet them, they're like, oh my god, I was reading this person's book. So I had to make sure that this is not the case with me also. You know, I had to work really hard on myself. And, you know, in fact, 5 years back, I started reading books. I am an author now for more than 6 months. But 5 years back, I read my first book. From there to here, it has been a long journey. And I give almost 90% of the credit to reading books. That is how important books are for our life. Now, ask me a question, how, Akash? How? Ye to baat samajh mein aayi, reading books as important. Ask me a question, how, in the chat. Ask me a question, how. Rahul asks how. Amazing. So I'll tell you how. Guys, when we are interacting with our parents, our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our bosses, they're very good intentioned people. They want us to rise high, but you know, their level of interact, their level of expertise, their level of, you know, mastery in their subject is not that much. So for example, if I've gained a couple of kgs, or if I've gained say 15-20 kgs, and if I ask my mom ki yaar 15-20 kilo kaise lose karu, she's well intentioned. She'll tell me ki yaar, yes, start having lauki ka juice, start waking up early, start going for gym, thoda ek roti kam khao, don't use ghee on the roti, some things like that, right? She's well intentioned, but she's not an expert. If I want to start my business, and if I ask my dad that, Papa, I want to start my business, please help me. He's well intentioned. He loves me. You know, I care for him. He cares for me. I respect him. But he won't be the best guy to give me that advice that how should I start my business. If I want to go into spirituality, if I want to be spiritually more aligned, should I ask my friends about it who don't have ABCD, a 0% clue about spirituality? If I want to manage my money better, should I ask my colleagues about it who are themselves into debt? No. I should ask the experts who are there in the world, right? The experts who are $1 million, $1 billion, who are doing really well, who are coaching people, who are telling people the best strategies, the strategies that are working for everyone. Shouldn't I ask them? But then how to get access to them? Because some of the best people are not here with us anymore also. Like people like Jim Rohn. I don't know whether you have heard about Jim Rohn or not. Jim Rohn was Tony Robbins' mentor also. Do you know Jim Rohn? Anyone knows about Jim Rohn? Anyone knows about Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich? Yeah. So if I want to ask Napoleon Hill that how can I think and grow rich? How can I can't ask physically to that person, but what can I do? I can read his book. I can read it multiple times if I don't even, you know, understand it in once. I can read his book. So in these 5 years, I have read more than 100 books, guys. More than 100 books. And you know what it has done for me? It has given me overall holistic growth. So now when I talk about, so there are like 5-6 main domains of our life which we need to manage if we want to really live a fulfilled and a happy life. Health, relationships, money, career, and spirituality. So don't rely on one person for all the help, right? Take the help of different experts. And when you'll take the help of a different, suppose you have to take a one-to-one course or a group course of someone, that person is going to charge you, the world's leader in that thing will charge you approximately 25K in dollar terms, or maybe 50K in dollar terms for his coaching system. But if you'll read that book of his or her, the book is going to cost you what? Maybe $100, $200, $250. All the knowledge of that person, all the life stories of that person, all the example statistics are there in the book. And we are procrastinating and not reading that book, not reading that piece of wisdom. Just imagine if we are going to read this masterpiece. I'm not talking about only this book, any book for that matter. If we are going to read that masterpiece about relationships, just imagine how much can we grow in those 5-7 days when we'll complete that book. Just imagine, that's only one book. Won't we become masters in relationship? At least we'll have some clarity what we are doing wrong in our relationships, what we can do better. Suppose we are struggling in setting goals, right? Now, what should be the approach? Should we keep on struggling for the next 5 years? Or can we pick up a book by Brian Tracy and start reading that book and complete that in 7 to 10 days? And parallelly, when we have completed those things, we can start implementing that also. Just imagine, won't we better off setting goals in that way? Do you agree to this, guys? Are you getting value? Tell me yes or no in the chat. I want some energy, guys. Come on, give me some energy. Karthik says yes. Bhimanyu says yes. Rahul says yes. Mohammed says yes. Thank you so much, guys. So to get a holistic growth in your life, in money, in career, in relationships, in whatever way, if you want to be more humorous, there are books around humor that you can read. You can understand the nitty-gritties of humor. Everything is around you, you know, $100, $150, $200. Every piece of wisdom is all over you. In today's time, you cannot say that I didn't have the right education. Guys, I came from a chartered accountancy background. See what I'm doing. I'm authoring books. I'm helping people in understanding procrastination. I'm helping people to understand their mindset. I'm helping people to make goals, achieve their goals, take massive action on their goals. How? I was not taught the same thing in my school, or in my chartered accountancy, or in my BCom, or in my CISA, or in my companies that I've worked with. No, these things were with me through the books that I've read, through the coaching programs that I've attended, through the things that I've practiced in my own life. Now, I'll tell you another thing that book does to us. Book or any speech, anything has two parts, right? It hits us in two parts. One is our left brain. Left brain is the logical brain, the logical points that I'm telling you, right? And this right one is the emotional brain, the brain which gets activated with stories, with examples. When we read any book, the author is sharing his or her story, stories of his or her coaches, mentees, clients, friends, families. We are getting so many stories of people who were not able to set their goals, of people who were not able to lose their weight, of people who were not able to manage their relationships, of people who wanted to do meditation, but they were unable to do it. When we hear those stories, when we listen to those stories, what happens? Our belief system increases, right? Our belief system increases. Ki, yaar, wo bhi to struggle kar raha tha. That person was also struggling. And if he was struggling, if she was struggling, and if they can get over that struggle and come to that level, then I think I can also do that. I can also do that, right? If that person also had money problems, and if that person was able to get out of his or her money problem and reach to this level, become a millionaire, then probably I can also do this. Huh? when that person was obese, then when that person was unhealthy, when that person was, almost in that cancer zone, and when that person can become so healthy, so fit, so beautiful, I think I can also do that. So what is happening? When you're reading those stories, your belief system is increasing. It's becoming enriched. And honestly, I love my parents. I love my family. I love my friends. I love my colleagues. I love everyone, right? I love you guys. But the stories that I'm gonna get from a Tony Robbins, the stories that I'm gonna get from Brian Tracy, or the stories that I'm gonna get from T. Harv Eker or thousands of other authors, I may not get from my family, right? They will have those limited stories. They will have that limited worldview. But those people enrich my worldview. Those people made my worldview they exposed me to the possibilities which I never thought were possible for a person like me. So would you also want to do that with your life? Would you also want to sit in the comfort of your home, on a bed, on a table, spend $100, $200, or even if you can find some PDF copies, although we don't encourage that, but can you just start reading from today? Do you think you will be able to get more value in your life if you start reading and getting value from the experts? Do you agree to this? Tell me honestly. Do you think you can get better information than your friends? Instead of taking help from your colleagues, can you start taking help from the experts in respective fields? Can you start doing that? Can you at least read one book and see making notes and just read those notes and appreciate the beauty that you have learned, the way you have grown? I grew taller 1 inch with every book. Not in terms of height, I'm still the same, 5'6", but in terms of my personal growth, my soul, my examples, my inner strength grew by 1 inch with every book. So in body, I'm 5'6", but if you talk about my soul, I'm 6'7". Really, really. I can't show it to you. Otherwise, I should have showed it to you. So guys, don't underestimate books. Now, let's come to other benefits of the books. Am I on time, guys? I hope I'm not exceeding my time limit, because I can speak for hours, but I'm not gonna take hours. Am I on time? Yeah.
Gaurav, can you show the
I'll
cards?
let you know. I'll let you know.
You will
Sure.
see the cards.
Sure, man. So when you're talking with your customers, when you're talking with your vendors, when you're talking with your, you have to meet new prospects, when you're talking with your friends also, where do you get where do you get stories from? मेरे को stories कहाँ से मिलती हैं? All the stories that I have, that I want to share in my courses, I want to share in my webinars, I want to share in my videos. Where do I get such stories? I get such stories from books that I read. Because when you'll be reading those books, what will happen? You'll get those stories and you can share those stories with your clients. Content starts coming to you. You can start thinking quickly on your feet, and that is a very good strength. Your communication skills start improving. If someone asks you a question that you're not prepared with, automatically your brain starts functioning fast, your evaluation system starts functioning fast, and you can get the answer because you have read those books. And whatever you're reading, it may not be stored in the front part of your brain, which can really give you that answer quickly, but it is ultimately there in your subconscious mind. It is ultimately there. Whatever word you will read, maybe you'll not remember us book mein kya padha tha, kya tha, nahi. But when the situation will come, that application of that concept will come to you. So 100 books doesn't mean ki yaar 100 books mein to I'll have everything right now, I'll be confused. No. It doesn't happen like that. That wisdom gets stored in the relevant parts of your brain, in the relevant files and folders. It's a very beautiful system, your mind. Trust me, guys, try it. Very beautiful system. When the situation will come, automatically you'll be like, oh, I know the answer to this. I don't even remember how did this indexation happen and how did this answer come? I don't even know, but it will come to you. Isn't it good when you're making sales calls or when you're doing your work, or when you're sitting in front of your boss for an appraisal and your boss asks a very tough question, and then you realize, oh my God, I read this in some book and this, I think this can be a good answer. In fact, let me share with you a small story. Direct tangible benefit of reading a book. You know, when I went for an interview, there's a hobby column in our resume, you know, and most of the people write sleeping, reading, dancing, playing golf, this, that. I had also written reading. And by God's grace, I was a reader. Huh? So I had gone for that interview, and the interview went like, okay, in the technical thing. But the manager then saw my hobbies, and I don't know, that guy had a bit of a soft corner for me because maybe I looked really bad, maybe I looked poor. I don't know what was the reason, but that guy had a soft corner for me. I feel like that now. So that guy, you read books out of topic ekdam question. You read books? I said yes. Which was the last book that you read? I said Fountainhead. Now I don't know whether you know about this book Fountainhead or not. It's a very, very, very thick book. So that guy said, oh, Fountainhead, I have also read that book. But that guy had doubts whether I had read that book or not. He asked me, can you tell me something about Fountainhead? Just imagine a technical round. Tell me something about Fountainhead and which character you like the most. Ready? I was very confident in that area. I was not very confident in the technical areas of my interview, but I was very confident in that area. I started and it went for 10 minutes. I shared everything that I remembered about the book. And that guy said, I think we can work together. Just imagine. And then we started negotiating for the salary. Because later on, he gave me this key. When you can read such books and you are honest about it, then I think technical cheese you can always learn. But I cannot tell you how important books are. You already know it. So half the work is already done. And this is how I used to make customers also in my previous organization when I was working full time in a job. So guys, treat reading as the most important thing in your life after taking a bath. Yeah, definitely. That's the most important thing. After that, reading is very important. It gives you that extra edge, which is missing in 99% of the people. If you are a reader, there's a high probability you will be a superstar. Yeah. So treat reading as very important and keep on sharing your experiences. Don't just keep that material in yourself. Do webinars, write your own book. Jan, share it with others, but do that. Huh? Thank you so much, guys. You were an awesome audience.
Thank you so much, Akash. That was very nice. Thank you so much for that enthusiasm. It's been ages that we have seen that enthusiasm. A lot of takeaways for me. Sabse pehle, I used to always wonder, how can I increase my height? You have told me by I can increase 1 inch, so that is one takeaway. COVID-19, I want to give interview. I know which book to read before the interview. That is Fountainhead. Great. Apart from that, it was very nice. I feel so, all of a sudden, I'm feeling very good about myself because I read books. Thank you so much for making me feel so good and happy about myself. Wonderful. Thank you, Akash. It was a wonderful session. Can we give him a thumbs up or a clap or an applaud for investing so much of efforts? I'm sure this 20 minutes you have done your entire practice, and I'm sure that has come because of this due practice. So thank you so much, Akash. Now is the time we head to our next assignment, wherein we start reading books. Rahul bhai, I need your support if you can. So I take an advantage. I'm the host for this, so I'll take advantage to start with the reading of 2 pages. Once I've completed those 2 pages, I'll get 30 seconds to go ahead and share the meaning. Post that, I will ask volunteers. People, please raise their hands. I love the way how people volunteer. I'll try my best to give everybody an equal opportunity. So, what leads to procrastination? Okay. So, cool.
Rahul, you can zoom. Rahul, you can zoom a bit.
Let me start after.
Rahul, click on the right side. The screen will that extra screen will go right side, right, niche aao niche, and there is an arrow next to select file. Next to select file. Abu, are you able to read?
Yeah, I am able to read.
Okay, okay, then continue, please.
Okay, cool. What leads you to procrastinate? As part of my workshops, I get to interact with so many business owners who want to do a lot of things like launch new products, get into new sales channels, hire more qualified employees, and set up more sales meetings. But they are unable to do these things because they procrastinate. Procrastination is called the biggest thief of time. In simple terms, procrastination can be defined as delaying something which is important for us for a later point in time. People know that it is important to carry out certain activities in their business or personal life, but still they find pleasure in delaying the work. Do you know why procrastination is considered to be the deadliest enemy which can frustrate and demoralize you to the core? Because it has the ability to cause you to waste years or even decades of your life. How? In procrastination, you never say that I will not do it. You always say that I will do it later, and this later never comes. In this dynamically changing environment, procrastination on taking critical business decisions and initiatives can become very costly. Uh, can become very costly. So I'll leave till with it. Okay. Our workshops are designed in such a way that we go deep into understanding procrastination and work upon strategies to fight it so that you can take full control over your life. But make no mistake, fighting procrastination is not an easy battle. Getting rid of it completely and taking control of your life may take a long time. But if you follow the right strategy and understand why you procrastinate on a more deeper level, then you can save on a lot of time, money, and the struggle that comes along with it. Thank you. Gaurav, if you can give me 30 seconds and I'll start. So this is a very important thing, and I'm sure this is what majority of us struggle with. That is procrastination. I like the terminology that it says that it is the thief of modern times. And it's very important to understand that because we procrastinate so much, we don't find time. As a matter of fact, it talks about that we human beings, we procrastinate, and we are only fooling ourselves when we procrastinate. And it is very important to understand at a deeper level, why do we procrastinate? So I'm sure when we go ahead and we read further, we will understand what are other elements of procrastination and how we can work better towards it. Thank you so much. Now, can I get a volunteer who will be reading next? Any hands up in the air? Any chats? Any show of hands? Any show of hands?
Monica is there.
Sonika. Okay. Sonika, would you like to start, please?
Yes.
Yes, Sonika. Can you please continue from characteristics of procrastination?
Okay, I can't read the fifth point though. I'll just. Okay. Characteristics of procrastination. Getting rid of procrastination seems very difficult to people, but the first step towards it is to understand its characteristics. Number one, procrastination is triggered by our beliefs. 2, it hides itself behind excuses. 3, it associates comfort in avoiding the critical work and discomfort in doing it. 4, it's a silent killer. It won't fight you head on, but it will delay things to the level that you may never be able to get back on track. 5th, it has a fixed pattern known as procrastination pattern. 6th, it can be beaten by breaking the pattern. If you want to beat it, then start the war against it today. You will be tempted to start it from tomorrow, but do not get into the trap of procrastination. Next page. The procrastination pattern. Like all repetitive behaviors, procrastination also has a pattern. If we are able to break this pattern, then we can get rid of our procrastination. But the first step is to understand the procrastination pattern. Suppose your goal is to get good at public speaking. The best way to improve your public speaking skills is through practicing your speech in front of a mirror or a video camera. The more you get used to see yourself speaking, the better you get. This can easily be done through the video camera of your mobile phone. Now let's understand how you procrastinate. Step 1. You think about practicing your speech in front of the camera. Step 2. Your limiting beliefs like I do not look good in camera or this will require a lot of hard work hit you. Step 3. You instantly feel conscious, pressurized, bored, stressed, or afraid. Step 4. You start making excuses like I'm tired, I will do it tomorrow, or I need to write a better speech before I start practicing. The truth is that you could have practiced your speech even today without waiting to complete the final speech. Step 5. You indulge into procrastination activities which give you relief from the discomfort. The procrastination activities can be sleeping, eating, watching movies, spending time on social media, or even watching videos related to public speaking. Step 6. You gain some relief for not having to face the camera to practice your speech. Later on, you feel guilty for not practicing your speech and indulging in procrastination again. Your excuses help you get over this guilt of procrastination.
Thank you so much, Sonika. Can you give a debrief?
Yeah, I'm not good at it. I'll try. Here, it is saying that we procrastinate because we don't understand that we don't know that we are procrastinating. We make it a comfort. There are things to understand procrastination, to know that we are procrastinating is to understand the pattern of procrastination. There were 6 steps that I have read that I don't remember all. So first we need to acknowledge what is when we are procrastinate. Then we will be able to work on it.
Thank you so much. The next speaker is Strajita Tyagi. Strajita Tyagi, can you please start?
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Ravi. Okay, so now we see a chart which says that think about the task, limiting beliefs hit you, feel internal discomfort, make excuses, indulge in procrastination, feel relaxed but guilty, repeat the pattern. Step 7 says, due to the pressure of not having to practice your speech on camera and doing more comforting activities like sleeping, watching movies, etc., you repeat the pattern as soon as you approach this task and feel the discomfort. Basically, this pattern becomes your habit and you start following it subconsciously. Each time you procrastinate, the main factor which determines whether you will procrastinate or not is your associated beliefs with the task and the outcome. Refer to the figure to understand the procrastination pattern. Strategies to avoid procrastination. To become a massive action taker, the first step is to get rid of your limiting beliefs. I know it sounds boring and stupid, but this is the way it is. If you are governed by your limiting beliefs, then no strategy can make you a massive action taker. You may have some good days of productivity, but you will never be able to become a consistent achiever. On the other hand, if you program your mind to accept more empowering beliefs and act accordingly, then no one can stop you. Every person who has built a fortune has used this approach. While you are still working on conditioning the empowering beliefs in your life, you can use the following strategies to reduce the effect of procrastination. First, awareness reduces procrastination. Majority of the events in life have patterns. It's just that your mind is not trained enough to recognize these patterns. With enough practice, we can break the unhelpful patterns and reinforce the helpful patterns of productivity and massive action. Awareness is power. If we are aware of these patterns, when by the use of conscious effort, we can break the pattern of procrastination. Each and every repetition towards the breaking pattern of procrastination goes a long way. the more aware we become about the depths of our procrastination, the easier it becomes to get rid of it. In our weekend seminars and online webinars, we help people get extremely deep into their limiting beliefs, excuses, procrastinating activities, and change the meaning of their excuses from pleasure to extreme pain. This helps them take control of their action and eventually get rid of procrastination.
Thank you so much, Shrajita. Can you please give a debrief?
So as we read about the characteristics and what are the problems that we go through when we procrastinate. So now we read about how to actually get rid of it. We read the first strategy that says is, if you're aware about what will happen when we procrastinate, like if we go to the end of a procrastination and we get to know what can actually be the negative side of it. When we go in depth, we'll realize that it will be just a waste of time and nothing else. When we think of doing something and we procrastinate, we are just going to a negative side in our life, and it's just simply a waste of time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajita. The next reader is Amit Kumar. Amit, can you please start from number 2? Thank you so much, Rajita. Now, Amit Kumar, can you please start from number 2? Hi, the next speaker is Amit. Amit, can you please start from the next pointer, number 2 pointer? Hi, Amit, you are the next speaker. Can you please start from point number 2?
Abu, we can take Chanda. Chanda is ready, I think.
Okay. Yes, Chanda, can you please start from point number 2?
Yes, thank you, Abu. Do not get too much importance to your life and emotions. If every person in world starts working as per their methods, interest and feelings, then concept of hard work and persistence would soon be there. What is persistence? Persistence is the effort that you put even after you fail, even when it is doesn't feel right, even when you feel tired, and even when you don't have much hope of succeeding. So do not give too much importance of your feelings. Feelings are a way to keep you safe within the tribe. Your feelings do not make you head of the tribe. It just keeps you a part of the tribe. The head of tribe is generally the person who goes beyond all fears and risks, who takes the plunge for a larger cause, who is trusted by people for their sentences and safety. For this additionally responsibility and take risk, he is rewarded immensely in the form of wealth, respect, position. Action step. Practice, do work hard even if you don't feel like doing it. Learn to adapt to pain and uncomfortable feeling. Number 3, make procrastination difficult and painful. Can you up the screen? I'm not able to read it. Third point.
Rahul, can you please? Thank you, Rahul.
The more difficulty you add in the way of procrastination, the less you likely to procrastinate. You can use the following techniques to make procrastination more difficult and painful. Make public declaration of your goals with clear-cut milestone. Periodically reports and progress of your milestone to the people. Use apps like detox procrastination will block all. Rahul, can you up the screen? Break all the apps in your phone, particularly length of time, example 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, that you can focus on more work without distraction of your phone. Use application like stick.com to add monetary value to commitment you're making for your goals. In case you do not achieve your goals to the milestone, you lose your money, and losing your money can be very painful. Join accountability clubs and get yourself an accountability partner. Action step. Make procrastination painful, shameful, and expensive for yourself. Eat the frog.
Thank you so much, Chanda. Thank you so much, Chanda. Can you please give a brief of it?
Yeah. It's all about here the way given that how we can, forgive the procrastination. We have to work hard. If still we don't feel that we don't want to do, we have to take the pen and try to put more and more efforts. We need to indulge in some expensive activity. We can take the use the apps. There is many suggested, and we can pay for them. When we lose our money, that will help you us to take it seriously. We will put our 100% efforts to get into
Time
the.
up, Chanda.
Thank you so much, Chanda. Appreciate it. Thank you. The next, so now we have got three speakers back to back. So first will be Mohammed Riaz, then we'll have Vijayanti, and then we have Neha Aluwalia. Okay. Uh, Great. So Mohammed Riaz, if you are there, can you please start? Eat the frog.
Yes, Abu. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Eat the Frog. This idea has been inspired from Brian Tracy's best-selling book, Eat the Frog. If you want to achieve the difficult goals, then you need to build a habit of getting rid of the sucker first. That is, the work with which you associate your worst fears, inhibitions, and boredom. If you are able to get rid of them first, then your brain will know the tough work has been dealt with and it can be get through the rest of the work. On the other hand, if you procrastinate on the work which you are not comfortable with or which you find extremely boring or difficult, then you will be never able to achieve your big goals. You will always have enough excuses and justification as to why things will not work instead of reasons for why things will work. Action step: practice to complete the most difficult and boring piece of work first. Master the beginning. In the normal scenario, for you to get started, you would have to convince yourself to make plans, face your fears, picture yourself winning or losing, get confidence, and then take action. This may be applicable for working out, public speaking, or anything which is important for us to practice on daily basis. But what if you cut down the cycle time of taking action considerably and focus on getting started? Starting of any activity is the most difficult part. If you train yourself to master the art of starting any activity, then you can master the subsequent steps pretty easily. Mastering the first step requires the following. Figure out the first few steps that you must take to start the activity. Practice them initial steps defined in step 1 so that it becomes a habit. Action step, follow the above 2 steps.
Thank you so much, Riaz. Can you please give a brief?
Yes, 2 things I have seen. One is the eat the frog. So eat the frog basically is that whatever difficult task which we are basically thinking that is more difficult thing that you need to work on the first. And whatever some job which you are feeling like more boredom, that you need to take first responsibility and you can do that. Second thing, second action is like you need to practice yourself, which is the first difficult part that you take first and then you finish it off. You first initially put a schedule like the thing. So this work I will be doing as the first priority, then I will be finishing off, then I will be going to the next step. So these are the 2 actions item which is coming to the
Time is up, Riaz.
Thank you so much, Riaz. The next reader that we have is Vajanti Ghosh. Vajanti, you are there?
Yeah. Hi, Abu. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. So I would request you to start from habit versus willpower.
Yeah. Habit versus willpower. Habit is a behavior that is repeated regularly and tends to occur subconsciously. You do not need to use your willpower to do an activity which has become your habit. In fact, it takes tremendous willpower to avoid doing the activities which have become habits. If given a chance, which one would you rely upon in the long term for taking massive action, habits or willpower? In order to help you make an informed choice, let's understand about willpower. Willpower is neither a personality trait nor a skill or virtue. It operates like a muscle. We all have limited supply of willpower in our lives. It can be strengthened as well as exhausted easily. There was a famous experiment conducted by psychologist Roy Baumeister. He gathered a large group of people in a room where freshly baked chocolate cookies were kept. This large group of people was divided into 2 different groups. One group was asked to eat cookies and the other group was asked to eat radish. The first group loved munching onto the chocolate cookies, but the second group seemed unpleased while eating radishes. They had to use immense willpower to complete this experiment. Afterwards, both the groups were asked to solve complex puzzles, and the group which had to eat radish in the first experiment made fewer attempts than the group which ate chocolate cookies. It was later concluded that the second group exhausted their willpower while eating radish and hence had comparatively less willpower left for solving the puzzle. Hence, they gave up early. Willpower is thus limited in our lives. If you want to be a massive action taker, you can't rely upon willpower to get massive results. You have to consciously choose your habits and automate them in your lifestyle. This way, most of your important daily tasks can be completed habitually, and you can utilize your willpower as an extra reverse to get massive results. This will create an edge for you vis-a-vis your competitors. Habits reduce the burden on your willpower. The more we accomplish through our habits, the more we can use our reserves of willpower to push ourselves to achieve more.
Thank you so much, Vaijayanti. Would you be kind enough to share
Thank
a brief as well?
Yeah, so the difference between habit and willpower is first you develop the habit and then automatically you get willpower to take it forward. But you can't rely on willpower to develop a habit. So that's the difference between a habit and a willpower. So basically, first you have to, in order to accomplish a task, first you get into a habit of doing that, and then willpower follows.
Thank you so much for that brief. Our next reader is Neha. Neha, are you there? Hello, Neha, can you hear me? Neha Aluwalia? Hello, Neha. Hi.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Neha, can you please start reading?
Yes, I have to read from Role of Habits.
Yes, you have to read from The Role of Habits in Massive Action Taker's Life. That's correct. From there.
Role of Habits in Massive Action Takers' Lives. We usually overestimate what we think we can accomplish in 1 year, but we grossly underestimate what we can accomplish in a decade. By Tony Robbins. Let me give you a choice. If given a choice to take 1 paisa and double it for 31 consecutive days, or take rupees 20 lakh today, which options would you choose? Most people will choose the option to take rupees 20 lakh today. Let's see where both the options stand in 31 days. In the first 10 days, option 1 makes your rupee 1.01 into rupees 5.12. Whereas in option 2, you already have rupees 20 lakh. In 15 days, option 1 grows into rupees 163 and 84 paisa, whereas option 2 is far ahead at rupees 20 lakh rupees. In 24 days, option 1 becomes rupees 83,886 rupees 6 paisa, whereas option 2 is still rupees 20 lakh rupees. In 28 days, option 1 comes closer to option 2 with 13 lakh 42,177. But in the next 3 days, option 1 surpasses option 2 by 5 times. Option 1 becomes rupees 1 crore 7 lakhs 37,418, whereas option 2 remains the same at rupees 20 lakhs. Did you see how your consistent efforts and continuous improvements can give monstrous growth over a period of time? If you take action persistently, however small it is, and try to add continuous improvements in the quality of your efforts, then you can achieve unprecedented results in the long run. Is that it?
Yes. Thank you so much. Neha, would you be kind enough to give a brief as well?
What it's trying to say is that however small it may be, but we need to take an action. We don't need to jump to something bigger right from the start. Like we don't need to start big books from the start, but we have to start reading from a very small level. We need to read and make small efforts which will grow into bigger ones. But if we jump straight away to bigger things, then we may not be able to grow. So growing is what is very important. If we start from small things, we will grow, which is the best thing about starting small. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Neha. And I thank all of you people. This brings us towards the end of the reading session. I thank you all people for reading. And I also thank people who volunteered, but because of time constraint, I have not been able to give them a chance. But I'll definitely give you my wonderful smile, if that works. Okay, great. Now it's also time to vote for the best reader. Gaurav, can you please paste the same in our link?
Sure, just one.
Okay. Once we go ahead and we vote, thank you, Paramjot. Param has already gone ahead and shared that particular link. So I'd request all of you to go ahead and vote for the best reader. We had a lot of wonderful leaders, and you have the names. Once this is processed, Gaurav, please give us 30 seconds while we vote. Post that, we'll open the forum for Akash again, where you can ask your questions to Akash. Karthik had a very interesting question stating that he is the brand ambassador of procrastination. So if you have setting as such wherein you want to ask Akash how you can not become the brand ambassador, Akash will definitely be there to help us all out. Okay. So let's take 30 seconds and let's vote for the best reader today.
Time's up, Abu.
Thank you so much. Now, all over to you, Akash. And people, I would request you to please send a message to Akash with regards to your question, and he will definitely go ahead and he will answer our question. So, people, please, the chat option is there. Akash, we would love to see you back on.
Thank you for your question, Karthik. It really, made me laugh because, I was the brand ambassador for procrastination as well. So I can totally relate with you. And then I think a couple of more people said that they are too. So yes, so procrastination actually starts very small in our life. When we are in school, when we have to submit our notebooks and we feel like yaar theek hai, homework hai, we'll do it later, wahan se start hota hai, and we don't even realize ki wo kahan par jaakar it will end, right? And now when we want to earn more money, when we want to make a name for ourselves, when we want luxuries for our family or basic necessities also for our family, then procrastination starts hurting us. Tab yaar it hurts a lot because tab copy deni thi yaar, tab homework karna tha. That was irrelevant at that time. But now the stakes are very high. So I congratulate you first of all that you have realized this thing that you are a procrastinator. That's a very, very good thing, that because you seem to be pretty young. I am also young. You are also young. So at a young age, if you recognize there is something called procrastination, you become aware of it. Very good. Now at least you have an option to start working upon it. Right? Asan nahi hai. As I have written in the book, it's not easy. Agar asan hota sab kar lete. It's difficult. Recognize it. Because it has been conditioned very deeply. But if you'll work upon it, मेरी workshops होती है, मेरी seminars, webinars होते हैं, seminars तो नहीं हो रही, webinars ही होती है, online होती है. I am helping people to get rid of procrastination every day, and they are taking really massive action in their life. So करो, मेहनत करो, खुद कोशिश करो, book में पढ़ो, और चीजें पढ़ो, और दूसरे लोगों की book पढ़ो. Get on that journey towards improvement, and I'm sure you'll be able to do that. It's a learnable skill, brother.
Thank you. Akash, we have our next question.
Chanda says confused between willpower and hobby. Can you please explain? Okay, so it was willpower and habit. Okay, willpower and hobby nahi tha wo, willpower and habit tha Chanda. So I'll explain you the difference. Actually, willpower बहुत ज़्यादा overrated चीज है. Willpower क्या होता है कि यार मेरा पढ़ने का मन नहीं है. I don't feel like reading a book. But your Akash said it's very important, and all of the rich people are also saying nowadays it's very important. Let me read a book. Now what am I doing right now? I'm using my willpower. But as I said in the book also, willpower is a limited muscle. जैसे आप अगर 100 push-ups मार लो, people who do push-ups would know this. If you run for 10 kilometers, your legs will get fatigued and tired, right? आप 100 के बाद दूसरी और नहीं कर पाओगे, चाहे कितनी भी willpower लगा लो, you won't be able to do it. अगर आपका 100 का stamina है, because muscle है, fatigue हो गई, break हो गई. अब you need 3-4 days to rejuvenate that muscle and start again. Similarly, our willpower also is limited in our body. So don't rely upon willpower to achieve big goals. See, willpower को बहुत strategically छोटी-छोटी चीजों में use करो, but habits पे rely करो. Habits बनाओ, क्योंकि habit जब बन जाती है ना, तो willpower का use होना बंद हो जाता है. We don't have to rely upon our willpower. So use habits more. Try to build habits. Initial period में when you are building habit, you would require a willpower, yes, but use it to build habits so that the system gets automated. Then books पढ़ने के लिए you don't have to, just like brushing your teeth. क्या willpower लगानी पड़ती है? Most of the people, 5-4 people will say कि हाँ willpower लगानी पड़ती है. Rest will say नहीं, automatically brush हो जाता है. Right? So similarly, books के लिए या public speaking के लिए, whatever, start building habits so that willpower use ही ना करना पड़े in those areas, and you can use it in the more important areas of your life जहाँ पर habit अभी develop नहीं हुआ है. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you replied my answer very clearly. Now my thought is clear about it. Thank
you
you.
so much. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Any more questions? एक second.
I also have one question.
Yes.
Can I ask?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, actually, I'm just giving my live example what I am doing. Actually, I have started reading a book that is 7 Habits of Most Effective People.
Yes.
So the reason I procrastinate is not thinking, not for the reasons that I read in the book. It's like I have some other things to do which are necessary. So I just get confused कि वो करूँ पहले कि ये करूँ, और वो भी नहीं करती, वो भी उसमें जब when I start doing that thing which is more important, then I think यार अभी उसके लिए टाइम है, अभी कुछ और कर लेते हैं. And मैंने उस बुक को 4-5 पेज से ज़्यादा नहीं पढ़ पाया.
Amazing. So it was Sonika, right?
Yes.
ठीक है. Sonika, अभी आपने बोला you have more important things to do. That is why you are not able to read book. I totally get your point and respect your point, but let's analyze it further. एक step नीचे जाते हैं, बहुत छोटा time लगेगा. Let's analyze it further. See, book आपके सिर्फ book पढ़ने के लिए नहीं है. Book आपके personal growth के लिए है. बुक आपकी लाइफ में आपको जो चाहिए, चाहे हैप्पीनेस चाहिए, चाहे फुलफिलमेंट चाहिए, चाहे कुछ भी चाहिए, बेसिक थिंग्स भी चाहिए, तो लाइफ बुक आपकी सब चीजों के लिए है. एंड आई नो दैट यू हैव टन्स ऑफ वर्क, बट सो डज बिल गेट्स हैव. बिल गेट्स से ज्यादा बिजी तो नहीं होगे ना, या टोनी रॉबिन्स से ज्यादा बिजी तो नहीं होगे ना. दैट गाय रेड 700 बुक्स इन 7 years. ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाई ही इज देयर एट दैट लेवल. आई हैव रेड मोर देन 100 बुक्स. सो द पॉइंट इज, आधा घंटा सबके पास होता है, वो प्रायोरिटी क्यों नहीं बन पाता? मे बी आपके पास आधा 1 घंटा है दिन में, पर आप बुक के लिए वो शेड्यूल नहीं कर पा रहे. रीजन, आपको लगता है बुक पढ़ने से मेरे को बेनिफिट क्या होगा. मे बी सम लिमिटिंग बिलीव्स आर देयर इन योर माइंड कि यार मैं ज्यादा पढ़ लूंगी तो प्रोबेबली आई हैव टू I'll have to put pressure on myself, I'll become more ambitious, and then I'll I have to leave my family. A lot of things are going in the back of our mind. People fear success also. People fear failure, but more people fear success. They don't even know. They fear कि यार अगर मैं ज्यादा पढ़ लिख लिया और मैं ज्यादा सक्सेसफुल हो गया तो कहीं मेरे रिलेशनशिप ना खराब हो जाए मेरी फैमिली के साथ. Lot of things are going in our back of our mind. So the point is, आधा घंटा तो निकालना पड़ेगा. No excuses. कम सो, हाँ, या और चीजों में कम टाइम निकालो, कुछ चीजें ऑटोमेट कर दो, कुछ चीजें आउटसोर्स कर दो, कुछ भी करो, आधा घंटा तो निकालना पड़ेगा. इफ आधा घंटा नहीं, 15 मिनट निकालो, बिकॉज लाइफ से ज्यादा जरूरी कुछ नहीं है इस दुनिया में. द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज लाइफ, एंड लाइफ के लिए रीडिंग गुड थिंग्स इन लाइफ, इट कांट बी emphasized more. मुझे ऐसा लगता है. This is my point of view.
Yeah, your point is right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Akash, one last question. Riyaz here.
Yes.
Yeah, just one thing, Akash. Yeah, it was very good and useful session. I learned a lot. One thing I just want to, I recently started to using this Audible and Storytel apps. So where you can just listen to things, because I had an initial of reading habit, all this thing. Now because of my work schedule, all this thing, and now this COVID schedule. But I thought that I'm listening to more books also, I can easily complete all the thing at an easy way. But I'm asking one question, whether it is good to use these apps in terms of listening also. Anyway, you are getting the thoughts and inputs in the book, or it's mandatory or anything to read the books that will be more connecting to it.
नहीं, listening is also good. See, listening में it depends कि आपका focus listening में है कि नहीं है. ठीक है. I'll tell you what exactly changed my life. मैं आपको सच बता रहा हूँ. I'm not kidding. I live in Delhi and my office was in Gurgaon. So I used to drive 34 kilometers to and fro. मतलब एक side 34 kilometers. तो 70 किलोमीटर का डेली ड्राइव होता था. एंड मेरे को म्यूजिक सुनने का बिल्कुल मन नहीं करता था, मेरे को फोन पे बात करने का बिल्कुल मन नहीं करता था. व्हाट आई यूज्ड टू डू वाज आई यूज्ड टू लिसन टू पॉडकास्ट एंड आई यूज्ड टू लिसन टू ऑडियो बुक्स. ठीक है, पूरे दिन व्हाइल ड्राइविंग 2.5-3 hours आई यूज्ड टू कंज्यूम कंटेंट. बट मैं फोकस ड्राइविंग पे भी करता था और सेकंड मेरा फोकस बुक पे भी होता था. ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं बस मेरे माइंड थॉट्स कहीं और जा रहे हैं एंड आई एम समवेयर एल्स, आई एम थिंकिंग अबाउट माय गर्लफ्रेंड और आई एम थिंकिंग अबाउट समथिंग. ऐसा नहीं होता था. आई यूज्ड टू बी इन द बुक आल्सो. So hence if you focus on the book and it's listening, it will help you. Just like you are not reading what I'm saying, right? You are just listening to me when I'm saying
Yes.
it. So hence अगर आप आंख बंद करके भी मेरे को सुनोगे and it's like a audio book for you, आपको कुछ तो benefit होगा ही ना what I'm saying to you. So instead of not doing anything, don't go for perfection. अगर आपको passively भी सुनना है, it's always better to not listen. Then listening is always better to not listen. ठीक है, एटलीस्ट सुनो तो सही. पढ़ना बेटर होता है बट पढ़ नहीं पा रहे तो सुनो.
Akash, I have one question.
Make your car a university on wheels. ठीक है.
Yep, that answers my question. Thank you so much, Akash.
Yes.
So we'll take
Hi,
one
Akash.
last question, okay? Akash, one last question.
Yes.
Hi Akash, Mit is here.
Hi, Matthews, is it?
Amit.
Amit. Yeah, Amit.
Yes, Akash, I have a question that I start reading book and I'm not able to complete any book. I start reading one book and complete half and then leave and then move to next book. So that's the pattern. So what you suggest, what should I do? Whether I should try to complete one book or whether I should keep doing that? Is that good or not?
See, the point is कि you have to two things here. ठीक है, पहले तो आप ये analyze करो, why are you doing this? Why is this pattern happening? क्या आपको just start करने में मजा आता है but you don't want to get the core message? Or maybe the second thing is कि you got the core message, you understood the whole drama की book में आगे क्या बोलने वाले हैं in the first few pages itself and then you move to the next book. तो understand करो कि ये pattern क्यों चल रहा है. ठीक है, पहला तो ये है. Maybe you are not trying to get the core message, you're just trying to show yourself that I'm a reader. Sometimes we try to show off also to ourselves, also to others, कि we are readers, but actually we are not readers. We are not enjoying the process, the journey. ठीक है. So start doing that first. And second, जो book आप start करो उसको एक objective के साथ start करो. ठीक है, अगर how to become a massive action taker आपने start करनी है तो आप इस objective के साथ start करो. Why do you want to read this book? जब तक वो objective पूरा नहीं होता, keep on reading this book. Because 25% में भी आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव पूरा हो सकता है कि मुझे समझ में आ गया कि क्या बोलने चाह रहे हैं आकाश, मेरे को पूरा समझ में आ गया. गुड, देन यू कैन मूव टू द नेक्स्ट बुक. अदरवाइज व्हाट यू कैन डू इज 50% तक ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं पूरा हुआ, 50% तक, 75 आपको लग रहा है लास्ट पेज तक जाना है, लास्ट पेज तक, पर ऑब्जेक्टिव पूरा नहीं हुआ तब तक यू विल हैव टू रीड द बुक. बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली रीडिंग विल नॉट हेल्प अगर ऑब्जेक्टिव पूरा नहीं हो रहा तो 20-30 पेजेस से क्या मतलब है जब तक ऑब्जेक्टिव पूरा नहीं हो रहा. So try to fulfill that objective and start with an objective in mind. Start anything with an objective in mind.
Thank you so much, Akash. We'll be ending this and let's go ahead. Thank you so much, guys. A huge round of applause for Akash. Thank you, Akash.
Thank you.
Akash, I've privately messaged you the winner for today as well. Would you be kind enough to share her name with everyone?
Yes. So the winner for the best reader today is Vajanti Ghosh. Amazing, Vajanti.
Thank you so much, Akash.
Thank you. Vajanti, you will be made a superstar, a celebrity. We have a lot of LinkedIn and we are there on all social media handles. We'll ensure that your picture with your name and your award is reflected in all social media handles.
Thank you so much, Abu. That means a lot.
Thank you so much. Lockdown में बस हम यही कर सकते हैं.
You guys are doing amazing work, Abu. मजा आया यार. I think I couldn't have spent 1 hour better. बहुत मजा आया interacting with people and I'm feeling a bit sad also कि यार एक घंटा खत्म हो गया. I could have taken more questions and it was going amazing. Thank you so much यार.
Thank you. People, Akash has been kind enough to share his number. मैंने group में Akash का WhatsApp number भी share कर दिया हुआ. Please do reach out to him. He is somebody who has a lot of experience. Let's utilize his experience. Okay. I've also shared our WhatsApp group. So if you want to be a part of our group, you just have to click and you'll be a part of the group. People will also be sharing the questions that we'll be asking to Simon Sinek. So that will be shared in the group. So once that particular thing is there, would request you to go ahead and update your questions as well. In the end, people, thank you so much. There are a lot of people that I want to take their names. I want to thank Rahul Sharma. Thank you so much, Rahul. Without saying as well, you are sharing that PDF. अगर आप वो share नहीं करते तो हम लोग कुछ कर नहीं सकते. Thank you so much. Gaurav, always, you are the timer. अगर आप time नहीं करो तो everything goes away. Our superstar today, Rajnikant, not Rajnikant, Akash Garg, who had that energy of Rajnikant and who was very kind enough. And all of you lovely people who took your time out, who came, who was here. Thank you so much, people. It's so nice to have all of you. On that note, let's smile from ear to ear and let's take a picture and let's have this on all social media handles. I hope somebody is clicking the picture, Param.
Yes, Abu.
Thank you so much, people. Let's ensure that we smile from ear to ear. The smile is the most important thing. Only curved line that makes all other lines straight. That will be all, people. Thank you so much. Have a lovely, lovely evening. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you, Akash, once again. So we officially end our session for today. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you, Param.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Abu. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
I'm ending the meeting.